Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of All Things Logistics with me, Jill Williams, your host. So this video is a little bit different because I'm on the road. I apologize for the late upload that I have today. Now I'm going to be talking about that report that I've been discussing for the last couple of days, and we're going to be going over three parts of this report. We're going to talk about the top 25 ports by tonnage, as well as the top 25 ports by dry bulk tonnage, and then finally the top 25 container ports by TEU. Now, I want you to take a look at this graph because if you are looking at getting into the drayage business, this information is key to you building your business model. Why is that? When you're deciding on where you want to position your trucks, what lanes you're going to be looking at, how much revenue you can gain from those lanes. This is the information you're going to be evaluating in your business model. Now, what we're looking at here is a report from the U.S. Department of Transportation Bureau of Transportation Statistics, and they based this data on the data of 2020. It's always behind, just what is what it is. But let's just get a good look at this top 25 ports based on total tonnage. So as you can see here, the majority of the ports are on the East Coast and a part of the Central, and then you've got Los Angeles and Long Beach out there on the West Coast. And what this port is saying, when you look at the right here in this little key box, what we can see is the beigeish color is kind of a beige orange color that represents imports. The orange is your exports, and then the blue is your domestic. So as you can see here, when you look over at Los Angeles, 39%, 40%, most of that is all coming imports. You've got a few of that's domestic. As you can see, there's very few blue, and then exports same. It's not very big. So if you are looking to build your drayage business on imports by tonnage, Los Angeles would be a port to go to. If you're looking on the East Coast, you can look up here to New York, New Jersey. As you can see here, that's imports are coming in pretty strong. And you've got down here, Savannah is another port. Now, look at these exports. I want to draw your attention to that because that's also a business that you can get into that maybe a lot of truckers haven't even realized yet. As you can see here, Baltimore, Virginia, some Savannah, but look at here, Houston, Corpus Christi, Port Freeport, South Louisiana. Those are huge exporting zones. And if you are trying to diversify your drayage business, look into the exports part of this and look at these states that are high in the export portion. Now, if you just want to focus on domestic, you're not going to want to go to Houston. You're not going to want to be in Los Angeles. You want to be in Cincinnati. Look at here in Kentucky. That's all they're doing is domestic. Same here with Mid Valley, Ohio, domestic, as well as New Orleans. You've got Baton Rouge up here, huge in the domestic movement, South Louisiana domestic, Tampa domestic. So this is to give you this visual of where the freight is based on imports, exports, and domestic. Now we're going to take a look at this next chart. Next chart, we're looking at bulk dry tonnage, okay? Bulk dry tonnage. As you can see, the bubbles have moved a little bit. You don't see much, you don't see any bulk dry tonnage over here in Los Angeles, whereas before they were doing some severe imports, exports. Also, up here in the northeastern, where New Jersey was top over there at the previous chart, it's not here. Now, you're still doing the same imports, exports, domestics, but now you see more domestic bubbles, especially here in this central region. This is where dry bulk is heavily being moved between Baton Rouge, St. Louis, Missouri, Indiana, Cincinnati, Illinois, Huntington, Tri-State, New Orleans, Mid-Ohio Valley. This is where you want to focus. So the purpose of this is to show you that you can build your drayage business in different parts based on imports, exports, or domestics. It doesn't always have to be what's coming into the ports and pulling those containers. Diversify. Also, these bubbles will shift based on volume, season, and what the commodities are. Looking over here, there's in Portland, you've got a strong export market over here. So if you are in those areas, that's where you want to be putting your attention to. You don't want to be trying to be domestic. And then in Seattle, it's pretty even. So the final chart we're going to take a look at is TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units. So we can see here in 2020 where the bubbles were: import, export, and domestic. Now, it's pretty much divided significantly on this chart on imports and exports. So that gives you an idea that in the central zone, you're not going to be looking for any type of domestic. You're not going to be looking for any type of import and exporting. You're going to be focusing your attention here on the East Coast and the West Coast. Los Angeles, Long Beach, Oakland have your big bubbles here, Los Angeles being the biggest bubble, followed by Long Beach, and they're doing a significant amount of imports. Not much exports, but there is some business there. When you're looking over here at Charleston, you're looking at Wilmington, North Carolina, Wilmington, Delaware. You're looking over here at Boston, New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, Virginia, Savannah, Houston. Here's where your 20-foot equivalent trailers are coming into. And that's where you want to be. Now, right down here at the bottom of this, I'll highlight this piece right here. You can see how these bubbles, didn't mean to do that. You can see what the bubbles represent as far as volume. So the bigger bubbles are your 6,000 plus. Next size is 4,500 down to 3,000 and 1,500. So over in this area, this bubble representing 4,500 TEUs, you know that 2,365 of those belong to imports business and the rest going to the export business. So my point to this whole thing is help you understand how to build your drayage business, what's coming into the States, and how to evaluate dry bulk, TEUs, and where's the bubbles? Where are in your tonnage? Excuse me. So dry bulk, TEUs, and your tonnage, and where the bubbles are at. Are you gonna, if you are stationed up here in this central area, that's where you need to be focusing your drayage import business and building around that, helping those states get that product move and looking at getting a piece of the dry bulk tonnage business. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you on the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.